everybody.
Hi.
So I'm starting a new thing called Breakfast with Bonnie, and I don't know where I'm looking. Am I supposed to look at this camera? This is weird. Okay, anyway, this is the first episode of Breakfast with Bonnie, and I have here the lovely Stephanie as my guest,
Hi.
my first guest. You should feel honored.
I am. Thank you.
So we are just having some coffee and gonna chat about stuff. So
Cheers to your
Cheers.
first broadcast.
Okay.
See, Bonnie's got the Harry Potter mug,
Yes.
and I have the Sugar Skull mug.
Yeah, it's the best. And I have written down some ideas of topics to talk about in this lovely journal that Stephanie's mommy gave me. So, okay,
I'm excited.
let's see. I'm gonna try to do some fun ones first. Okay, so this is a hilarious one that I found, and I think you'll enjoy it. It says, if you were a ghost and could possess people, what would you make them do?
Wow.
What do you think, Steph?
If I was a ghost and I could possess people, what would I
Mhm.
make them do? I would probably make them... I would probably use it to prevent people from doing things I didn't want them to do.
Like what?
Like, if I knew somebody was going to do something bad or say something bad, I would probably use it to prevent them from doing that. Or,
Okay.
of course, you know.
So
like,
you would kind of like make them freeze still and not like do whatever action they were gonna do?
Kind of, yeah. Or, you know, like, I would probably just use it to make people kinder, because I feel like...
That's better than what I would do.
I mean, there's fun stuff I'd make them do too, like, you know, like silly things.
Yeah,
like...
I was thinking like I would start a conversation with someone and then have the person I'm possessing just like pick their nose the whole time.
Yeah, I'd totally do like a Beetlejuice thing and have somebody start breaking into like Calypso or
Yeah,
something
that'd be
like
so
that.
much fun.
I'd do something like that too. Just have them start dancing.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I think that's my favorite question. Okay. What movie always makes you laugh no matter what?
Always makes me laugh.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple. One of them is Clue.
Okay.
I think that movie's so funny. And Romeo and Michelle's high school reunion.
Oh, yes, that's pretty funny. Mine is definitely Good Burger.
Yes.
Because I love the
I
part where,
always
like, he
laugh.
sticks the grapes up his nose and he goes bloopity, 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 bloopity.
No. I love that movie.
Yeah, it's so funny. Okay, what's the funniest comedy skit you've seen?
On TV or anywhere in general? Doesn't
Anywhere.
matter.
Just, like, describe whatever the funniest skit was.
Well, since you and I have done theater,
Mm-hmm.
Two of the skits that really stick out to me that I've seen while we were doing theater is Driving Miss Crazy.
Oh,
is that
yes.
what it was? Or
Annette and Karen are
Annette
hilarious.
and Karen. And it was so funny. Just the way they played off of each other.
Yeah.
And they're just both so good.
Yeah.
And also Eviction Notice, the one that
Yes.
Sammy wrote
Yeah.
with the babies.
Yeah, that was funny.
Those two, I have to say, were the funniest I've seen us doing theater. I mean, on TV, there's tons of like SNL skits that I
Yeah.
love.
There's
so many.
One in particular, it's an old SNL skit with Bill Murray and Steve Martin.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I showed this to you. They were robbing this couple's house, and then they left, Actually, they didn't rob it. They just like went in and like messed everything up, like knocked things over, and then they left. And then their mothers came in and like it was kind of like they were robbing them as well, but like they just like threatened the people and made them stay on the couch, but they cleaned up their son's messes. So the house was completely spick and span. And then the mothers left. And then the couple thought, okay, that was weird, but this is over. But then the mothers came back with their sons and made them apologize. So I think that was like the most hilarious skit I've ever seen.
Yeah, there's a couple that stick out too. One is like any of the Chad SNL skits.
Yes, oh my gosh, he's so freaking funny.
And I love any with Katie. Kate McKinnon and Adie Bryant together.
Oh, love them.
The two of them together is so funny, and I love the paint one with Adie Bryant. Color.
Oh, I haven't seen that one.
Oh my gosh, you have to see it.
But
it was Kristen Stewart, and she's talking about how she got this expensive paint for her house.
Yeah. They were looking at the wall. I was like, oh, that was funny.
That was so funny.
I was thinking of they were with like Cameron Diaz and they were doing a song about like going home for the holidays, and like they were all like
and
ghetto.
Adie was like the baby.
Yeah, it was so funny.
That one is funny too.
Yeah. Good times. What is something you're interested in that most people aren't?
Something I'm interested in that most people aren't? I'd say like mortuary stuff. Like like the funeral business. I used to want to be a funeral director when I was younger.
Oh, okay. I was not expecting that coming out of your mouth at all. Okay.
I used to want to do that for a living. I mean, there's other things too, like...
Is there a reason you wanted to do that for a living?
It was more like the comfort aspect, being able to like comfort people in a bad time. Like I didn't really want to be involved with the actual like embalming or anything.
Okay, so
it was
like
more
a grief counselor maybe?
Sort of, or like, you know, like a funeral director as in like sits with the family, helps them plan.
Okay.
But they don't actually do the dirty work.
All right, gotcha.
And K-pop. I love K-pop, which a lot of people are interested in it. It's just...
You know, I've never really heard any, so I think I need you to show me some.
I would love to show you some, because it's kind of difficult to reel people in.
Yeah.
Because, you know, there's some people who aren't interested in songs if they're not in English, which I don't get, because there's English songs I don't even understand.
Yeah, like rap. Who understands any rap, really?
I love it. And I think, you know, it's popular. It is. It's just sometimes it's difficult to get certain people interested in it. You know, like it's kind of an acquired taste, I guess. But it's good. I love it. What about you?
Country, obviously.
Yeah.
Nobody likes country.
I do.
Yeah. Ooh, if someone narrated your life, who would you want to be the narrator?
Oh my gosh,
do you pronounce it narrator or narrator?
I say narrator.
Me too.
Narrator.
Okay. Continue.
Who would I want to narrate my life? Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh my gosh, yes! Oh, that's hilarious.
I think him. I'd go with him. Him or Queen Latifah. What about you?
I was thinking Carrie Fisher.
Yeah.
Also, have you noticed, Jade, if you're watching,
hi Jade.
Like, I see such a similarity between you and Carrie Fisher. I don't know. I was just watching a recent interview, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's Jade. So funny. In a good way. Love you both.
I see it.
What makes you roll your eyes every time you hear it? sitcoms. I can't stand sitcoms.
What makes me roll my eyes every time I hear it?
Mm-hmm.
My alarm.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
In the morning.
We have an Alexa, which wakes us up. We set an alarm, and we always are like, okay, Alexa, stop. And she just continues.
She doesn't listen.
She does not listen. So annoying.
She's supposed to listen.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's see. As a child, what did you think would be awesome about being an adult, but isn't as awesome as you thought it'd be?
Driving.
Really? Well, yeah, in your car.
My car.
I don't know if you've heard of her car, but it sounds awful. It sounds like something dying, like something being tortured.
It's like a deathly screech.
Yeah, she really needs to get it checked out.
Or get a new car.
Yeah.
It's
it's
on its way
awful.
out. But I will say, besides driving, because I thought, like I was excited to drive.
Mm-hmm.
But then, like the annoying things about driving, like traffic and other, annoying drivers and
Okay.
that kind of thing, and the expense of having a car.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much expenses in general, meaning like when I was younger, I was like,
Yeah.
when I get to be an adult,
I'm gonna have all the money.
I can do whatever I want. I don't have to
Yeah.
ask my mom for anything.
Mhm.
I don't need permission. I'm going to be free.
Yeah,
But
that's my answer.
then you're tied down to the sponsorbilities,
Yeah.
which means we can't have fun ever again for the rest of our
That's
lives. Because we got sponsorbilities.
Yeah. Like
So I thought it was going to be fun to be an adult because I thought, nobody's going to tell me what to do. No, everybody tells you what to do
Yep.
when you're an adult.
And you have to go all these places you don't want to go.
You have to do so many things you just don't want to
Yeah.
do. And there's nothing you can do about it because if you don't, there's consequences.
Yeah.
Like if you don't go to work, you don't get paid, which means you can't survive.
You live in the streets.
If you don't go to the doctor when you need to, then you get... There's so many things we have to
Yeah.
do that we don't want to do. Like when you get a ticket and you have to show up in court. If you don't go, then you get arrested. There's just so
Have
many.
you been arrested?
No.
Okay. Me either. Have
Well,
you been to court?
actually...
Oh, that time in high school, right?
I...
You don't have to say this on
No,
camera if you don't want to.
It wasn't technically arrested, just, in trouble.
Okay.
Because I did some stupid stuff when I was a teenager and I tried to take some things from a department store, but...
You were brought to the station and...
Kind of. It was like
You had
scolded.
a stern talking to.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it wasn't really, I wouldn't consider it arrested.
Okay.
Because, I
were
was...
behind bars.
I was a minor and... it was more like to scare us, to
Yeah.
make us realize the seriousness of what we
yeah.
did.
Okay.
And it was just a dumb situation. But you live and you learn. See, that's the thing about me. I make a lot of mistakes, but most of the time I don't repeat them.
I repeat them all the
I make
time.
mistakes, I don't repeat them, but
Okay. In the past, people were buried with the items they would need in the afterlife. What item would you want with you so you could use it in the afterlife?
I'd want to be buried with a couple of things. There's a couple of really sentimental things to me. I have some jewelry of my grandmother's that I'd want to have with me. My journals. I have this scrapbook that my aunt made me for my 21st birthday because I went to Vegas for my 21st and she made a whole scrapbook of everywhere we went, and
That's
I'd
so
want
nice.
I'd want that. there's some like really important like photo albums I have that have like really meaningful pictures, and I'd want my Kelleher blanket with me that she got for me, which is like my favorite thing ever because I can just be wrapped up in my family.
Yeah. I love it so much.
It's a perfect
I wanted
gift.
to keep it. But I didn't.
She debated giving it to me. She thought about keeping it, but decided not to.
My item would have to be toilet paper. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to, get to the afterlife and like not have toilet paper. Just a thought.
Here I am getting all sentimental, and she's like, I need my teepee.
Okay.
Do they have bathrooms in the afterlife? If you've seen Coco, there's no bathrooms in the land of the dead.
That's true. There aren't. I
But-
love Coco.
I know, me too. But you can't be too safe.
Right.
Never be too safe. So I guess throw that in there too.
Yeah, just in case.
Toilet paper.
What movie can you watch over and over without getting tired of?
Oh, there's a lot. Because, I don't get bored a lot with movies, but there are some that I really, really love that I could just never get tired of watching.
Like what?
Romeo and Michelle, Jawbreaker,
Oh my gosh, yes, such a good movie.
Red Eye,
Creepy.
creepy, yes. Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, Good Burger,
Of course.
Devil Wears Prada,
Oh my gosh, yes.
and what else? Let me think. Any of the Harry Potter movies.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a whole long list, but those are ones I definitely know I'd never get tired of watching.
Mine would be Legally Blonde
Oh, that too.
and Drop Dead Fred.
I
Those are
haven't
my
seen
two
that movie in
favorites.
so long. I love it.
Okay. Now we're gonna get into other things that aren't so fun. But
Oh.
what makes a person beautiful?
To me,
Mm-hmm.
I think somebody's, their heart, how they treat other people,
Mm-hmm.
how much they think of others and put other people before themselves, compassion, just a general, kindness
That's a
makes
beautiful answer.
makes someone beautiful to me. It
I
does.
agree. Ditto.
I think someone's beautiful when they're just a good-hearted person.
Yeah.
And, you can tell that they're just good. Like, they don't
Yeah.
have bad intentions. They're
like
not
when they're nice to the
unkind.
waiter.
Yeah, like when there's little things like that. Like if you're courteous and you think about other people around you, like
Yeah.
you hold the door for somebody, or
Yeah.
you give somebody at the restaurant an extra tip or a nice tip, or you just remember your pleases and thank yous,
Yeah.
and you put other people before yourself.
Yeah. You treat the janitor or the McDonald's employee the same as you would anyone
Yeah,
else.
because I've seen some celebrities, and they'll be like in a fast food restaurant, let's say, and they're so kind to the
Mhm.
staff, and that makes me admire them, because
Yeah.
as big as they are and as famous as they are,
They're still nice.
and the amount of money they have and power, whatever, they still don't feel like they're above
Right.
the McDonald's cashier kind
Yeah.
of thing. You know what I mean? And I admire that in somebody.
Yeah, me too. What is the most beautiful song you've heard?
I love so many songs.
The top 2 most beautiful songs you've heard.
Wow, that is hard. What are yours? So
Try
hard.
by Dolly Parton, because it's all about, not giving up and trying your best, and even if you fall down, get back on the horse and give it your best shot. And then a song off Miranda Lambert's new album, Wild Card, it's called Pretty Bitchin', and it's all about being grateful for everything you have in life.
I mean, there's so many, but there's some that I love, like I Hope You Dance. because it has a very deep meaning in our
Yeah.
family. It's important song to my family. And I like "See You Again" by Carrie Underwood. And what else? I still, I always love "Wind Beneath My Wings."
Yeah, that's a good song.
Yeah.
Do you think challenges improve a person's character?
I think so.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, if we didn't go through everything we've been through, we wouldn't be where we are. So,
Exactly. Like, if I didn't go through the thing when I was a teenager, I'd still be
shoplifting.
Oh, God. I am not a bad person, I swear.
No, you learned.
I learned. But I think you have to do that stuff that's how you grow and you learn.
Yeah.
Is, experiencing things and learning things.
Mm-hmm. What's the biggest challenge you're facing right now?
The biggest challenge I'm facing right now is trying to figure out what direction my life is going in. Career-wise.
Do you have an idea?
Like thinking about, because I feel like I'm at an age where I have to at least start thinking about, like, my long-term picture. Like, thinking about things like, do I want to be married? Do I want kids? What kind of, like, long-term career do I want?
So you don't have, like, a picture in your head?
I mean, if ideally, of course, I go back and forth with the kids thing. Sometimes I want them, sometimes I don't. I love kids.
Me too.
It's just, like, sometimes.
I like being an aunt. So
I love
you
being
can,
an aunt.
Give them back.
I love being an aunt. But then I think about things like, when I get older, like, I'd like to have my kids around and there for me. I think about that kind of thing.
That's true. But, like, friends can be there for you, too.
Yeah.
So you don't need kids. I mean,
Yeah.
kids are great, and if you want kids, that's great. But if
Yeah.
you don't want kids, that's great, too.
Exactly. Ideally, I'd like to have a nice house. I don't need, like, a giant, like, estate. But I'd like a nice house, like, in the middle, like, nicer than your average house.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, like, one of those, they call them, like, McMansions. Like, they're the big houses, they're nice, but they're not, like, gigantic.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
But
about.
they're nice.
Yeah.
I'd like to live in a house like that, I think. And I'd like to have some kind of career where I can afford my, basic necessities and my bills comfortably without worrying, where, my next paycheck is coming from, or,
Right, yeah.
worrying if we can eat this week.
Yeah.
So live comfortably and also
Have a little extra
and also
to buy some cute boots.
Yes, also comfortably be able to do things like get nails done or, hair trips, vacations, shopping, fun stuff.
Yeah.
How about you?
What was the question? What is the biggest challenge you're facing right now?
What is the biggest challenge you're
Okay. The biggest challenge I'm facing right now is, dealing with mental health and getting that squared away, but I'm doing good, and I'm slowly trying to build the life that I want, which would be, I don't know. I want some dogs and a pig.
I want a little cute little pig so badly.
Yeah, but even the little ones grow up to be super
And I want to
huge.
name her Petunia.
Oh, mine's gonna be Priscilla.
Priscilla.
Priscilla and Petunia. They can play dates.
I know.
Aw.
Piggy
And
play dates.
Mine's gonna have a rhinestone collar and a little bow on her ear.
Oh, mine's gonna have lots of bling. Lots of bling, you see.
Yeah.
Animal print and bling all the way.
Yeah.
Everybody knows my style.